back to our Seasons of Change journey. For those of you that have been following me, I apologize. I had every intention of putting out a video last week as we've been working on our intentions. And so that's what we're going to be discussing today. For those of you who are just joining in, we have been following the wisdom of the medicine wheel and currently are in the direction of the East, which represents new beginnings, rebirth, setting intentions, being really clear about what you want to create in your life. So you've been working on your intentions for 5 weeks now, or maybe you haven't, but it's never too late to start if you haven't. Let's go over a few things about what we talked about last time, and that is getting real clear about what it is that you'd like to create. And that does require you to write down and get really raw and really real with your feelings on what you'd like to change. And it's also about like listening to your emotions and how you're feeling. If you're unhappy, that's something that your soul is communicating with you that you could change, or that I don't want to use the word require because it's always choice. We can stay where we're at when we're unhappy, or you can choose to create something new and do something different. One of the things I want you to look at is your self-talk. Are you always in victim mode? Are you always speaking in doubt? Are you always saying, I'm sorry? That was something I used to do. I was the master at saying, I'm sorry. And you want to learn to shift your talk into something that's more positive. And one of the things that I did, because I always said, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. And how I shifted it was by saying, I love you, which made everybody laugh. And when they realized the reason why, when I would say, I'm sorry about something, I would catch myself and then I would say, I love you. And then everyone would just start laughing because it was so off kilter to say that instead of I'm sorry. And then I made the people aware of why I was doing what I was doing, and they thought it was great. You don't always have to include friends and family to participate in whatever it is that you're shifting and changing. And you don't even have to say it out loud, just saying it, inside your head, like a mental kind of a thing, so that you're shifting and creating that shift within yourself. It's that what we call the 1 degree shift. So you have something that you know that is negative self-talk, and you catch yourself doing it, and then you can either say it out loud or say it within your mind, something that's positive. For a lot of us, physical health is one of the biggest things that we tend to beat ourselves up over. And as long as you're happy with where your body is at and who you are, then you are in divine alignment. But if you're not happy and you want to change that, then you can change your thoughts, change your words into something like, for instance, I'm going to use me as an example. I've been working on my health. There are things that have been creeping up for me. Part of it is my own emotional stuff that I've been working through. And so instead of going, I'm unhealthy, or I don't like my health, or I want to change my health, I say, I am vibrantly healthy. Like, that is my mantra every day. And so I wanted to expand more on the process of setting intentions. And I am hoping that you've gotten to the point now where you've actually written down your intentions and you've been fine-tuning them and you've got them down to a couple of sentences. And now you want to transform them into your mantras. And to do that, you want to pay attention to the wording that you're using. Now, I am one that believes that it's the energy behind the words, not the words that count. But for many of us, the energy is behind the words. Like if you are talking negatively, the energy of negativity is most probably behind those words. I do have a playful personality, so I know there's times where I'll be silly, but there's no energy there at all. And the universe feels that energy. So really pay attention to how you're feeling when you're reading it. If you feel self-doubt, or you feel like you're a victim, or you just know that it's heavy sentences that you're using, then that shows you where you're at with your self-talk. To correct that, is really as simple as just through choice. So the only way you can be a victim is if you choose to be a victim. And I know that sounds horrible, and I'm not trying to open up a world of criticisms here, but we can choose to get out of the frequency of being a victim by choice. And it doesn't mean it's going to happen overnight. It's a process, especially depending on what it is that you've walked through in your life that still requires healing. And you may need to see someone on a one-on-one basis to help you walk through those emotions. But in the meantime, maybe you've already passed that point and you're ready to move forward. And so the affirmations, how you'll want to create those is by looking at what it is that you want. Like, say you wrote down, I want to quit smoking. Well, instead of saying, I want to quit smoking, you would say, I am a non-smoker. I am a non-smoker. Or you might say, I feel unhealthy, or I want to change my health. I'm not happy with how my body is. And then you change it to, I am vibrantly healthy. That is that 1 degree shift. So you're saying I am, there's power in the words of I am. You are choosing, you are making a statement and anchoring that statement into this is what I'm choosing. And the universe hears I am instead of I want. When you're in that I want or I need stage, it's like the universe is like, oh, they want it, but they haven't chosen it yet. It just kind of stays out floating and doesn't really like anchor in. So when you say I am, it's like, oh, that person is. So let's support that. Let's support that I am presence that they're being right now. If you're feeling stuck with your affirmations, you need a little bit of assistance, feel free to share in the comments below. And I can give you an example of something that would be more positive to say. Or if you just want to share what your affirmations are, that's awesome too. I would love to hear that. When you do your affirmations, every time you read them, I want you to take a moment to see how they make you feel. Because remember, I think we talked about this before, if it feels light, then it's right. And if it feels heavy, then it could use some restructuring. If you have any doubt or disbelief or any negative thoughts about what it is that you've written down and you're not sure how to create it, then it obviously could use some more work. Keep writing, because like I said, your soul will speak to you through the writing if you allow it. Create yourself a little sacred space. Light a candle. Light some incense, whatever is your thing. If you find that you have any doubt or any resistance to this process, don't hold on to it. Just keep in mind that this is something that's going to shift as you choose to follow this journey, and then it'll eventually shift as time goes on. If you would like some support through this process of going through the direction of the East, I do have a product that I co-created called Renewal. It's absolutely amazing, you guys. Well, I always find that it's amazing because just the whole process of how it gets co-created. Well, this one has a very light lemony aroma, and the essential oils that are in it are coffee, goldenrod, hops, St. John's wort, lavender, lemon ironbark, neem, palmarosa, and rose otto from Bulgaria. And I was surprised that rose otto went into this because I haven't been guided to use it for quite some time, and it really makes sense because it's such an activating essential oil. You'll find that how this blend will help you is it helps you be more grounded. It helps you with mental clarity. It opens up the hara or your energy field so that you can feel more spacious and aware. It helps you to process your fears. Lemon ironbark helps you to regain the will to make changes. Of course, St. John's wort, that helps with emotional balance. So if that's something that you're interested, I currently have it on sale. I don't know how long I'm going to have it at a discounted price. You can find more detailed information about this on my website, and there is a link below, so I'll share that with you, and I'll give you a direct link to the Renewal so you can read about it. But yeah, it's absolutely amazing. Between the palmarosa and the lemon ironbark, it just gives it this nice uplifting lemony scent. And then you've got those wonderful oils of neem and rose otto and goldenrod. It's just, the whole thing is just a beautiful, beautiful blend. So if that resonates with you, that's available as well. That should cover everything for today. Please feel free to reach out either through comments. I would love to see any questions. Or if you'd like to, if you're uncomfortable posting in comments, feel free to reach out through direct messenger. You will find my Instagram accounts and my Facebook accounts below that, so you can direct message me as well. And I will get back to you as soon as I possibly can. And thank you so much for joining, and cheers to you for taking that step and choosing to create change for yourself. You're amazing. And thank you for listening beyond. Aho Matakuyasan.